Well, good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. Listen, I hope and pray that you guys are doing well on today. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up. Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time with yours truly. I'm excited and I hope that you are too. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Come on in the room this morning. Let's get it. Let's go. I hope and pray that you guys are doing well on this morning. I know I am. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. So good morning, LaDonna. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jaleesa. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning, everyone that is joining. If you can hear me, please, please, please let me know so we can get that fixed early. I'm trying something new this morning, but how is everybody doing on today? Just looking forward to sharing with you what God has given me to share with you on this morning. Good morning. Give me 1 second. See, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good morning, everyone. Like, comment, and share. Do one of the three or all of the three. Excited to be in the room with you. Excited to have you guys on. Who do I have on? Natasha, good morning. Marquita, good morning. Gwym Onshaw, you guys can hear me. We're good with the sound. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Good morning. It's good to have you on this morning. I am elated, overjoyed, thrilled at what God is doing. Y'all, listen, God is doing some, listen, what God, with the assignment, listen, I gotta wait till more y'all get in the room before I share this with you guys. So come on. Let's get it. Let's go. Shirley Bird. Shirley, you're back. Good morning. Annette, good morning. Good morning. Irma Alley, good morning. Jaleesa, good morning. Amanda, good morning. Tamara, good morning. Love you guys. Terry Ferguson, Shirley Bain, Miss Rio Barlett, good morning. Like, comment, and share. Don't come in the room by yourself. Do you guys like my T logo? Look at your girl. Look at your girl. Do y'all see it? Good morning, Monica. Missed you this weekend. Nikita, good morning. Listen, we got to talk about this weekend. We got to talk about this weekend. Listen, oh my God, it was crazy in a good way. We did 2 services and a soiree, and God just took over everything. He just demolished it. Special shout out to the Access Fellowship family, Pastor CC Harrison, my friend, and my sister, Overseer Harrison. I love them so much. They are a blessing. They are such an amazing blessing. They do everything first class, A plus, A-list, such A-list and A+ ministry. I pray God's richest blessings over them. But good morning, everyone. Come in the room. Raven Green, good morning. How are you? Let's see who we have on the line on today. Get them in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, and share. Do one of the three or all of the three. I'm excited this morning. I have some stuff to share with you guys. There is an assignment God dropped in my spirit this morning, and yeah, I don't know. I say, Lord, and you know what I said? I didn't even say, Lord, how this is going to be done, because I know when God gives you a vision, it is his responsibility to make it come to pass. So I'm just excited that God would entrust me with this. So I'm excited. Good morning, AC Flow. Good morning, Pastor Clark. I love you guys so much. Let's get it. Dana Riley, how are you? Janice Nelson, been missing you, Janice. Get back in position. Good morning, Lo. Good morning, Stephanie Brown. Good morning. Tori Dennis. Good morning, LaShanta, my girl. Listen, you guys. Let me tell y'all something. This weekend doesn't owe me nothing. I'm trying to get my voice back. So I'm not even about to be doing all of that rah. Okay, as my Bohemian family would say, I'm not gonna rile y'all today. I promise y'all, I'm not gonna rile you. Okay, I'm not going to clap back. How the young period poo. This young generation do all kind of crazy stuff. But I'm not going to do any of that. Man, let me tell y'all something. The power of God is so real. It is so real. And it is so potent. And the power of God has the ability to shape and shift your whole environment if you let it. And if you're at a place where you playing with your relationship with God, if you're at a place where you teeter-totter between living for him and living for yourself, then you will never fully experience the fullness of God's power. Because let me tell you something, it's not about fanship, fellowship. It's not about who like you, who's in your corner. God is looking for people. God is looking for women. God is looking for vessels that are willing to forsake everything for him. When I say forsake, I'm not talking about leaving your family behind. I'm not talking about quitting your job. I'm talking about forsaking a life of sin so that you can live a life of spiritual freedom and liberty. And some of our struggles is because we have not yet surrendered. I cannot do what I do. Listen, and I'm just talking from my heart this morning. I cannot do what I do for God if I was not surrendered. And some of us think we're surrendered, but we're really not. Some of us think we're sold out, but we're really not. Some of us think that we're not walking in the spirit of offense, but we're really not. Some of us think that we're really over stuff, but we're really not. Some of us think that we've really forgiven Pineapple and Sister Watermelon and Brother Waterhead and Brother Coconut, but we're really not. You know why? Because if you're still producing the same stuff and you're not producing a fresh anointing, you're not producing a level of success or a level of commitment and confidence that shakes the gates of hell, if you're not producing something that the enemy is afraid of, then guess what? You're not producing anything. Because what we carry should assassinate the kingdom of darkness. Y'all, listen, I'm talking to y'all. What we are carrying should assassinate the kingdom of darkness. You should be a spiritual sniper. Let me tell y'all something. As we go into Holy Week, let me tell y'all something. As we go, see, people think that Jesus was this cute, nice guy that just went around healing and blessing people. And yes, he did. But Jesus was dangerous when it came to his ministry. And what do I mean? He didn't cut no corners. He didn't play no games. He didn't have one foot in. He didn't have one foot out. He was confident enough in what God called him to do that he picked his own portrayer and was still able to rise to the top. And we still in a season where we are sitting and stationed in a spirit of offense, a spirit of jealousy, a spirit of hardship, a spirit of lack and poverty when we have no business being in those spaces and in those places. What you carry should make the devil mad that you got up this morning. The devil should not be comfortable with communicating with you. The enemy should not be comfortable with sleeping in your bed. Y'all ain't talking to me this morning. The enemy should not be comfortable. Can y'all, good morning, Dr. Angela. Good morning, Verlina. Good morning, Mary Hush. Listen to me. The enemy should not be comfortable with being in your presence. If anything, when you step in the room, your presence should make the enemy uneasy. Your presence should make the enemy want to line up. Jesus, as we go into Holy Week, he knew what his assignment was, and he stayed so committed to the assignment. Do you even know what you are called to do? Do you know what your assignment is? Do you know why God created you? Do you know why God birthed you in this season? Do you know why? Do you even know who you are? Do you even know that? Because when you know who you are and when you know whose you are, there's a level of confidence, there's a level of conviction, there's a level of spiritual life, there's a lifestyle that you live, and there's a lifestyle that you denounce, because anything that threatens what God has placed in your womb to carry, you got to release it, you got to relinquish it, because you can't afford to carry hate and carry heaven in the same season. You cannot afford to want to abort abort the baby and also want to carry you full time. You cannot afford to wanting to curse somebody out and wanting to bless God. You can't afford to teeter-totter in between that, because Jesus was successful in his entire ministry because he was committed, because he was convicted, and because he was confident. You couldn't talk him out his assignment. You couldn't tell him that this wasn't what he was not born. Listen, they have people that were called to do things, and there are also people that were born to do things. See, I was called to do some stuff, but listen, I was born to do some things too. And what am I saying? That God brought me into this world to do something that nobody else can do. God birthed you. God brought you forth because there is something that you can do that nobody else can do. There's nothing. Anna, LaDonna, Dr. Marshall, God birthed you. He allowed you to come forth at this time in your life because you are the only one that can do what he called you to do. Can't nobody else solve the problem that he created you to solve. There will be, see, let me tell you something. There would be no ounce of jealousy if people would just learn to do what they were called to do. There would be no ounce of hate if people would learn to fall in love with what they are called to do. There would be no ounce of backbiting if people would learn to do what they've called to do. And not only learning what you are called to do, but putting yourself in an environment and surrounding yourself around people that are like-minded, that are not going to get you, that are not going to make you satisfied, in where you are, but they're going to constantly challenge you and push you to be a better version of yourself. Am I making sense this morning? I just want to talk this morning. I just want to talk because a lot of us, let me tell you something, a lot of times we get stuck in the suffering season of our life till we forget that the only reason why we're suffering is to soar. Jesus not only came to die, but he came to be resurrected. I want you to let that sink, because he realized that the reward that he was going to get for suffering was greater than the risk. The risk, let me tell you something, the reward that what you're going to gain, young lady, is greater than the risk of losing people that don't really like you, that you're just trying to keep in your corner because you don't want to be by yourself. The reward of surrendering is greater than the risk of holding on to something, holding on to bitterness, holding on to guilt, holding on to shame, holding on what I could have, would have, should have did. What's the purpose in holding on to something that's going to eventually kill you? Why you keep looking back, seeing who coming? Why you keep saying, well, I was there for everybody else. Okay, they're not there for you. That's okay. Maybe it wasn't for them to be there for you. Maybe it was for you to be there for them. Maybe God is trying to teach you how to be a blessing without expecting anything in return, realizing that your reward is not going to come from them. Your reward is going to come from him. I'm going to let that sink. I'm going to let that sizzle in your spirit. Because you are more than what you give yourself credit for. And some of us lack the confidence to walk in fully the power of God. You don't got to do it the way I do it. You don't have to do it the way Sarah Jakes do it. You don't have to do it the way Barbara Calloway do it. You don't have to do it the way Gayle King does it. You don't have to do it the way Oprah Winfrey does it. You don't have to do it the way the other person do it. No, you got to do it the way God has created you to do. There's already a Tina Carey. There's already an Oprah Winfrey, but there's not a Valeria Norris. There's not a LaDonna Jones. There's not a Nikita Mundy. There's not a Xandra Baptiste. Be who God has called you to be. Embrace that woman. Love that woman. Fix that woman up. Make sure when that woman walks out the door, you're walking out in glory and not in shame. Make sure when that woman opens her mouth that the room stands still, not because you're talking ghetto and hood and being trifling with your thoughts and whatever comes up comes out, nor because you're poised, you have potential, you got power, you're graceful under fire, because you process what comes out of your mouth before it comes through your tongue. Why? Because you know who you are, because you took the time to learn you took the time to embrace you, and you took the time to work on your kinks, and you took the time to work on the areas of you that were not yet settled. You took the time to ask God, okay, God, I know what I said what was wrong with them, but God, show me what is wrong with me. And you guys are going to always hear me talk about that. Stop looking at everybody else and start looking at you, because if you always have the same issue every season, the problem is not them, the problem is you. Your ministry is different from everybody's ministry. Your call is different from someone else's call. Your family dynamic is different than their family dynamic. You had a blended family. They did not. So you can't compare and contrast your blended family to their family when you've been a step parent for a long time. They didn't have to deal with that. So your struggle is different from their struggle. So stop sizing up your outcome from someone else's outcome. Stop that, because what we do when we do that, we cheat ourselves out of the experience that God is tailored for us to have. You're not like her. You're not like him. You are who you are, and it's okay to be uniquely who God has called you to be. I don't want to be anybody else. I love how God made me. I love how God shaped me. I love how he made my nose. I love the complexion that he gave me. I love the hair that he gave me. Even though it's not much, it's mine. Okay? Hello, talk to me. It's mine. It's mine. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Jesus didn't apologize for his ministry. He walked boldly because heaven was backing him up, even when the disciples did not. Heaven was backing Jesus up, even when his followers did not. So that tells me it's not in the fellowship, it's in the stewardship. When the fellowship becomes more important than how you steward over what you're carrying, you will not carry full term. When the aesthetics becomes more important than the anointing, you will never be able to break yokes. When your feelings are more powerful than your faith, you will get nowhere. When you have no conviction, when you're out of place, and when you are sinning, I am afraid of you. I'm afraid of you, and I'm afraid for you. When conviction no longer compels us to stay committed to the call of God. When no one can correct you or calm you, then you have no chance of seeing the supernatural manifestation of God's power in your life. Because Holy Week is about showing us how to embrace suffering silently. And when you learn to stop voicing your feelings to everyone that has an ear to hear, you know what you're doing? You're damaging your witness. What are we doing? Good morning, Pauline. What are we doing? Pastors, what are you doing? Do you have a flock or do you have a mob? What are you doing? Women that are in ministry, do you have a fan club or do you have disciples? What are we doing? You think being booked and busy means that you're successful and that you're growing? Newsflash, tumors grow. And all growth is not good growth. You think you're a hot shot because you got a big church and you don't have to want for nothing? Newsflash, the devil will give you what you want to keep you quiet. You think because you go to church on Easter Sunday and Mother's Day, and because you give to charity, you got it made in the shade? You think philanthropy? We think philanthropy and giving back is going to substitute a life of surrenderance? Or you think because you sing on a Sunday and you sing songs that are far from your heart because you live contrary to God's will every day, and then you come in the sacred desk with an unsurrendered, with a life that is not poured out? No prayer? No. This week, churches all over this world, this country, will be coming together to celebrate what Jesus did. But it is not only our position to celebrate what he did, but it's to do what he did. Because Jesus said, if you suffer with me, you will reign with me. How do you, and I have to talk about this. How well do you suffer? Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I've suffered embarrassment, public embarrassment. But that doesn't give me an excuse to bleed on the people. You got a problem? You have an issue? You have a thorn? There are some thorns God ain't going to take from you. There are some things we have to contend with. There are some struggles God will not remove. Why? Because he wants to show us there are some things you can still live successfully with. I'm not talking about an addiction. I'm not talking about those kind of struggles. There was a thorn in Paul's side, and he wanted God to take it away. But the thorn was there to keep Paul humble. The thorn was there to keep Paul on his knees. The thorn was there to keep Paul focus on his ministry. Because some of us, if we don't have a thorn, then guess what? We don't have no presence. If we don't have a thorn, we don't have no commitment. If we don't have no thorn, we don't have no conviction. If we don't have no thorn, there's no consistency. If we don't have no thorn, we don't get any revelations from heaven. If we don't have no thorn, we can miss the move of God. And there are some things you have to learn how to suffer well with and contend with. And guess what? Suffering, and sometimes you got to suffer and you got to shut your mouth. Sometimes you got to suffer and you just got to read your word. Sometimes you got to suffer and you just got to hang on your cross, because you got to say, to your hands I commit myself. You got to suffer. But the reason why Jesus was able to suffer well, because he stewarded well. My God, I'm going to say that again. The reason why he was able to suffer well, because he stewarded his gift well. He stewarded the power that God put in him well. He stewarded his relationships with his disciples well. And some of us, we don't have no staying power. We don't have no keeping power, because we have no stewardship over anything. We get responsibilities and we relinquish. We get responsibilities and we get distracted. We get responsibilities, and when our names are in lights, we forget everything, because that becomes more important than what you are steward over. And when we catch hell, oh, I need you to pray for me. I need you to come in agreement with me. No, if you were stewarding over what God gave you, because Jesus shows us how to steward well, that we may suffer silently, that we may soar into the glory of God. Because I didn't just come to die, but I also came to live. I didn't just come to lay my life down, but I also came to show you that resurrection is not an event. Resurrection is a person. Resurrection is every day. Resurrection is a lifestyle. Resurrection is not a feeling. Resurrection is a life. And that's what you have to understand. That's what you have to get into your spirit. That's what you have to be committed to, Pauline. You have the resurrection power in your life, in your body, in your mind. The goal is to go down, but the goal is also to come back up. And some of us have been laying down, have been dying for years, but never got up, because you have not yet died to yourself. When you haven't died to yourself, that's a problem. We ain't died to ourselves. We haven't died to ourselves. We haven't died to ourselves. We haven't died. We haven't. You got to deny yourself. The gospel is not pretty. It's power. The gospel is not fake. It's faith. There are things God told some people to do on this line years ago, and they haven't done it. Didn't do it. Started, but didn't do it. Got excited about it, but didn't even execute. Didn't do it. There are people that are supposed to be in places that should be further along than where they are, because they didn't have the confidence to keep them in that place, because they looked at somebody else, got scared, and moved. And then we say, oh, life happens. Life happened to Jesus too. They took him while he was praying. His disciples slept on him. He asked them to stay up and pray. The Roman soldiers came to get him. His friends sold him out for 30 pieces of silver. They shackled him like he was a hardened criminal. They stripped him naked, pulled clumps of his beard out of his chin, put a crown of thorns on his head. And I mean, they stuck it in his cerebral cortex where blood was coming down. They spat on him. They said ungodly, profane, unhumane things. They beat him unmercilessly with a cat o' nine tails, with glass shards, nail shards. Flesh was just being ripped from his body. And you would say, well, you think that's it? That ain't it. He had to carry his cross. He was so weak. And the thing is, they keep hitting him as he's carrying life, the injustice of life, the unfairness of life. So the soldiers get someone to help Jesus with his cross. Then they finally get him up to Golgotha and put nails, not little nails that you put with your paintings, thick, probably 2-3 inch nails. And he has to stand there for hours, and he's struggling to bring his body up because his lungs are filling up with blood. He's drowning in his own blood, literally. And he's trying to breathe. And there are 2 thieves in between them. And one asks, if you could remember me in paradise. He was still doing ministry while dying. Think about that. Think about that. I couldn't even tell if he was a man or a woman because the way his body was mutilated. And we complain about everything. We get upset about the smallest thing. I'm full because I know who I serve. And I know why I serve him. Why do you? Because if it's stuff, you don't need God for that. Just go get you a good job. Get your credit score up. If it's for what? Fellowship? Please. Please. What is it for? So you can say you had a grand event? Stop. It's more than that. So you go through Holy Week. You go through this week. Think about that. Think about that the next time you want to complain about life. I'm tired. I got so much going on. My life is hectic. My son is acting crazy. I don't like my husband. Can't pay this bill. No one likes me. My ministry's not growing. She didn't talk to me. She didn't say hey. She walked over me and didn't even speak. Something must be wrong with her. No, nothing's wrong with her. She may be going through something. Give her some grace. My boss didn't promote me. Promotion comes from God. And maybe you're not that good of an employee as you think you are. They didn't invite me. Why didn't ask me to speak? Because it's not your event. And you have to let God lead them in picking who they want for their stuff. My church could do this a whole lot better. Then what are you doing to help your church do it a whole lot better outside of keeping score what everyone is doing wrong, and you're there doing nothing, but you run to everybody else's ministry helping and serving and abandoning your own? I want a marriage like them. You don't even know what they went through to get what they got. I can forget, but I can't forgive. Good. And you'll never get, so you can forget about a future. Forget about a destiny. Because Paul even said, one thing I do, I forget what's behind me. And I press toward the higher calling of Jesus Christ. Suffer well. Suffer well, because you're going to soar. But if you can't suffer well, if you can't suffer with him, you will not reign with him. This is all I have today. I hope you've been blessed. I hope this has helped you. Let me tell y'all something. Sunday was so awesome, and I know I'm over. Sunday was so awesome for me because, and I have to share this with Pastor Cece, it was so awesome because I felt like for the first time, I really realized my calling. Like I know my purpose. I know that. But I've been called to this. So that means it's going to require more of me than I've been giving. And I don't mean to social media. I mean to God. Because I know the level to which God has shown me. I have to be a greater steward over what he has placed within me. So that when he shoots me, I can survive in thin air as well as thick. And that's for someone here too. My life, something in my life broke. And I can't even explain it. You just have to be there. You just have to be there. It just, I don't know. I can't explain it. I love you guys with the love of Christ. I really do. Listen, really do. God has given me a great assignment for 2027, and I'm going to start working on that now. And guess what? It's going to take 1,000 people. 1,000. 1,000. That's the number. 1,000 gathered in one room to do one thing, to lift up the name of Jesus. So yes, I gotta go. I love you guys with the love of Christ. Be blessed and be a blessing. Listen, on this Friday, my church, we're doing a fundraiser. We're doing a fundraiser. All proceeds are gonna go towards our 2 new air conditioner units. And so I want you guys to come and help us. We want to completely and fully pay that off, and everything that we get from our fundraiser will help us do that. So if you're not doing anything between 11 and 2, please stop by 2121 North Roman. Hey, Tanaj, stop by our church. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt for the kids at 11:30. If you want to donate towards a candy, whatever, just be a blessing. Be a blessing. We're really doing kingdom work, community work. And it's going to be a great time. 2120 North Roman. I'm going to post a flyer. I'm going to ask that you share that with your family and friends, so that we can bless the community and also raise funds so that we can pay off our air conditioner unit. Amen. And I pray that you can help us do that. If you want to be a blessing, I'm going to have the information on our flyer. You can Cash App, you can PayPal, but come by, fellowship with us. Get someplace, even if you say, I don't eat fried foods, I don't eat all of that, be a blessing. Sow into it. Sow into it. I believe we're good soil and good ground to do that, okay? So if you've been blessed, like, comment, and share. Do one of the 3 or all of the 3. I have to go to work. What I want you guys to do is throw some hearts up, throw some likes up. Let me know that you were blessed. Please, before you leave, don't leave without commenting. Please tell me what this message did for you. What was your highlight? Please, 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 please. I love you guys with the love of Christ. And I'll see you guys on next Tuesday. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye. Domino effects. Shirley Bain, thank you so much. Shalisa, thank you. Miss Blue, yes. Pauline, love you so much. I love you guys too. AT Flow, Patty McCray, Calinthia, I love you so much. Anna, Banna, Katie, come on. I got us, Nikita, be blessed. I want y'all to suffer well. Deborah Dowdy, I want you guys to suffer. Gwen Armstrong, Gwen Lee, if you can suffer well, you're going to reign even better. You're going to reign even better. I promise you. It's a purpose. It's a purpose. It's not in vain. Okay, I got to go.